Hey Lizzie, you mentioned in your earlier video that two of the questions that came up to you with the whole shorter hair thing was, are you a lesbian, and are you trying to be a guy? In my case, it's actually just because I'm lazy. Like, when I had longer hair, it was a huge pain to style. I would actually give anything to have like that stereotypical flat Asian hair that you literally could brush and look fine. I would take the tangles. Because mine, I literally had to spend like 15 minutes on it to get it to look like anything resembling normal hair. But if you're like at my degree of laziness, 15 minutes was something I completely disagreed with. So basically I would go zero effort expended on hair and just wear it in a low ponytail every single day for like 5 years. And now it takes 5 minutes. And I tried to say deal and live in one word. I can live with that. There was also this blog that I follow, which is really amazingly well written. I will link it down below. It discussed that and something like that in one article, and someone commented saying that she was straight, but she wore short hair, dressed like a guy in most instances, mostly because she found it more empowering to her as an individual. So there's a lot of factors that go into someone's personal style. So moving along from that, I was watching a musical production of Peter Pan at the high school tonight, and first off, you know that I had no childhood. So I'd never seen the actual Peter Pan, like the movie, before. It's a Disney movie, right? Yeah, see what I mean? So like I knew the basic plot and the characters and stuff, but if you started like going into the details of it, I'd be like there doing that, I love that part thing that people do when like they're too awkward to admit that they haven't seen it. And there was this one song where Captain Hook was basically all like, yay, I'm the greatest villain ever. And that kind of struck me as weird because like in a lot of stories and such, we have this whole idea of hero, villain. But, like, it gets a lot more complicated than that when you realize that the villain actually does often, they're evil in our eyes and in the hero's eyes generally. And we understand what they're doing to be wrong, but they also have a really strong conviction that what they're doing is for, like, benefit. For example, in Harry Potter, when Voldemort's, like, eradicate all mudbloods thing, I'm pretty convinced that he had a really, really strong conviction that this would benefit wizardkind as a whole, and not to justify what he was doing or anything, because that's very, like, evil of him. Eloquence. But I don't think villain would be the title that he brought upon himself, so I just thought it was weird that Captain Hook was celebrating his status as the biggest villain. But then you consider other villains in books such as Alex Rider, such as Damian Cray, for example, or the bishop guy, whose name I can't remember right now, who would basically eliminate a village of people for their own enrichment, but then also justify it by saying that they're only like an African village. Like, what do they have to lose anyway? Which is horrible, obviously, but it's something we actually all do as people. I'm just throwing it out there that it seemed odd that this went completely against what I've known like villains to be, while calling this model deceptive. The way that people actually act invites greater deception in some way. That's basically all I have to say, so I will see you on Tuesday.